Oh yes, it's the start of the week. It's time for some MCC news. Man, it's felt like it's been a long time since I covered anything news related. Busy weekend, busy life, but the news is important. And we've got a few stories to talk about. One major one, which took a lot of kind of time and effort to kind of do some background research. But apart from that, it is a very good time for some stuff that is coming into the game. Not well received stuff, but also some exciting stuff to come. So let's get into it. Our first story is all about the Mastery Core sale. Now this is something that has gone into the features section of the store and has seen a reduction in Stony Core Masteries as well as the other cores, the other Mastery Cores. There's so many Mastery Cores on sale, it's unbelievable. It's a giveaway. It's not a giveaway, you still have to pay for it. But the main thing is they've been reduced, so rather than 550, you're paying a darn sight less than that. The same thing with it's the Carbonadium Core and the Stony Mastery Core. So there's been reductions on them. However, though, there has been issues, and that is that some of them are coming up as being unusable. So you're going to use them, you're going to improve your mastery setup, and then you're finding that unusable for some reason. So Kabam Vidius, who I call Darth Sidious, has said that in this post that they are indeed working on it. So hopefully it's all resolved soon and you can get those kick-ass masteries sorted out and spent as soon as. Our second bit of news is the 15.0 Alliance Wars update has come out, and obviously, as you know from a lot of the build-up, it is extensively larger. There's a lot more going on, but at the same time, a lot of people have fired back. The video for this has got a bit of traction with dislikes, but it's really the comment section that you've really got to. Oh look, it's Invincible. Oh, what's he doing in there? Thanks for the refresh. Now about them bases. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. Love that guy. But the other thing is that there's so many kind of things there. You should give us some rank down tickets. Yes, it's the obligatory one. There's nothing but a cash grab. Kind of ironic that the last scene where Kingpin threw the money is what we expect from us. Going vicious then, going full in on them. I think they should make the next map shaped like a whale, and the players have to stop the other side from milking it. It seems to be like a very kind of I'll put the link in the description so you can have a look at the gems of comments from people where people are just going like full kind of ham at the developer. They're quite funny. But yeah, there are a few questionable things with regards to the way that the nodes look, you know, what kind of things that we're getting. It does mean that, you know, you're not going to be able to, and that's why that regen boost I think is largely there, because you're not going to see yourself get to the end without it being a bit of a struggle. Obviously, if you've got the champions for it, you may find that if you're going to get them 6 stars, them kind of highly upgraded 5 stars, that it's going to be a little bit easier. But I don't know if the name of the game with Alliance Wars is you're spending a lot to complete it and get it done. But surely it would kind of be better for then the reward side of things to be higher. It'd be like, you know, I don't mind spending about 100 to 200 units. Actually, I tell a lie. That most Alliance Wars spends is probably going to total on about the 300 to 500 unit mark, based on obviously the changes here. So that's going to be a bit of a kick in the balls or kick in your lady parts, depending on what persuasion you are, male or female. And that's going to be the thing, isn't it? That with Alliance Wars and a new kind of way it's going to go, it's like it is going to be a bit of a spender. You're going to have to spend in order to complete to the end of the map, regardless of how high you are up. But then I guess that's where they're going to say, well, the glory store comes in and you can spend all your glory on them. Yes, so increase the amount of glory that we get, then that would be applicable to that. And also the restrictions on getting stuff like the Alliance revives would be a little bit less with that. Or give us more options to kind of get them, so there's maybe 5 of them. Either way, nothing is going to be perfect. So yeah, rant off about the Alliance Wars update in the comment section. My next story is all about this alphabetical champions list. This is updated by Kabam. Now obviously this came out at the start of the year. I had a kind of an inkling and an update with it, so that was done in a video, but the link is in the description for that. But obviously this one here has been updated by Kabam themselves. This puts Medusa here, which means that we're kind of got a question mark here that what this could be. And I've had a lot of people kind of suggest like things where it could be, and it's very hard to kind of pinpoint what it is. I've had some people say Miss America. We've had Mephisto. There's so many different ones that people are going, oh, it could be that, it could be that, it could be that. And I guess this is going to be really difficult to kind of pinpoint. If we go right, this is September, and we're going to see 1 there, and that's a 2 for there. We'll see the next update, so that's another 2. We see the one for November, another 2, and then final 2 for December. So it does all kind of like tie in. Yeah. But a lot of the suggestions that we're going to have a look at in News Article 5 do relate back to this, so we will be coming back to this in a moment. But it's very hard to say going in the last 2 months. I'd really hope that Blade's included in some way. And obviously there, but then a lot of people speculate there could be something different, but we'll come back to that in a moment. And obviously answers on a postcard in the comment section. What do you think? What do you think with the listing here? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Our next story is bigging up something in the forum. There's this kind of little, it's under suggestions and requests, but I think it should be under like discussion. And it's a point about character purchases, and just all about the idea about purchasing champions for units instead of spinning them out for crystal luck, which obviously completely kind of changes and diversifies the way that the game works if one was to do that. In other games, like war-based games that I play, it's a case you purchase, you research, and then you purchase the war vehicle, tank, airplane, whatever it is. But obviously, the suggestion coming in here to do something like that, it's a very difficult one to push towards people, and completely changes the dynamic of the game. At the same token, Kabam changed the kind of the way that the dynamic of the game in any case. So it's one of these open-ended discussions, and obviously don't try and get too aggressive and defensive with stuff. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, blah blah blah, equality, blah 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 blah. Go and see the forum post. Go and have a look. It's got a lot of traction. I think it's got like just close to like 1,000 views, and then as well about 70 odd comments. So it's something that obviously people are interested in talking about, but I don't think it's suggestions and requests. I think it's more of a discussion, general discussion. Our big story in this relates largely to something that was picked up in data mining. This is from the FTF Leaker 21, and also this was done in conjunction with Dick Slug. That's such a wrong name. It really is a wrong name. But there's been a bit of data mining and some items picked up from the game files, and there's a lot of things to talk about with that. So we'll start off with what has happened here. So someone was data mining for Transformers Forged to Fight and Marvel Contest Champions, but as well picked up some stuff with regards to Lockjaw. And obviously I put a link to this in the description so you can go and have a look at it. But it first of all referenced Lockjaw with regards to him being having like move sets and stuff. And obviously it is really a very early kind of stage of any kind of data mining. Like, you know, Kabam could be working on something, they could be trying to develop something, and you know, they could be going like, right, if we were to put Lockjaw in, how would he function and stuff like that. So yeah, it could be an option with regards to that champion in the future going in. And there's kind of loads of kind of information with regards to some move sets, but it's not always correct. But if we go back to the image here, you can see like, you know, it doesn't really factor in. The L is not there for the kind of Lockjaw. No, it's not gonna fit in whatsoever. And this image here was one that was picked up, and yeah, it's like that. Obviously, is the modeling side of things, and it would be cool to see that. So whether or not there's going to be something in the future, which would be pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to... I mean, we've got a walking, talking raccoon, for God's sakes. You know, why can't we have a big, lovable bulldog type thing with a teleportation? Just give him Nightcrawler's, like, bamfing ability in some ways. Obviously, make some alterations. But still, you know, it's possible. I'd like the idea to have Lockjaw in the game. Obviously, for the time being, I'm going to take a lot of this with a pinch of salt. There is talk within this post about Blade not coming, and instead... The next thing we're going to talk about, Black Swan Guillotine. Now, obviously, we're talking about the way that the potential champion could come in, and we're going to go into more details. But if we're going to look here, like the Black Swan Guillotine going there, or a new Guillotine going, no, it won't. Guillotine's there, so therefore it won't fit in. However, though, if you then go down and like Kabam, I think are largely trying to get out of the habit of putting the different name first and then what it kind of associates. For example, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man Symbiote, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Classic, Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. If that's the case, then I don't think it is possible for Black Swan brackets Guillotine to be an option of a champion. It just wouldn't work with what Kabam are doing unless they want to put it out next year. And what they're doing now is they're kind of testing out the champion. But then it would be implied that anything new from this list would then be picked up subsequently at the same time. So this is the kind of the rumoured Black Swan Guillotine design. Now, as you know, I have spoken in the past with Al Ewing, who is the creator of Guillotine, and this is not something that currently comes up as a discussion for, you know, the way that Guillotine should look. She's always, if this is like the modelling kind of clay for said champion, it's exactly the same as the other one, and I don't know if I kind of see it being correct. Understandably, if they're still working on it, then still things are going to change with regards to that. And it could be a complete cover to that character that we saw in that image that could be Blade, and then another character which could be this mysterious enemy of Guillotine, this Nemesis. But again, going back to this, is something that I discussed with Al Ewing, in that he didn't, as the creator of Guillotine, create a Nemesis for Guillotine. He didn't even create one for the time that they were doing the battling within US Avengers, which is a comic book that he's been developing at the moment, and it's currently rocking out. When he creates the Champions of Europe, and we see Guillotine come back into the comic books. So if that's the case, then Kabam are working on something. Again, going back to that video, again, it's like it's something completely new, something that the creator had not created, something that I don't particularly like. It's like if you create something and someone says, right, I'm going to take your idea and then I'm going to create a universe and go, yeah, I created that Nemesis. All right, okay, I'm going to write a movie for that character now, and you've created a fake Nemesis. Like, how do I kind of like work on the continuity side of things? And it's like, I just like it when you're able to work with people to kind of get some kind of clarity and, like I said, continuity with regards to what you're making. Obviously, yes, we got alternate universes, but then it's like Guillotine's only been established fairly recently, so it's like, well, why can't we work on kind of creating more kind of padding with the kind of the direct people that wrote the comic book? And obviously, taking aside my comic book snobbery, yeah, like what are your thoughts on these kind of like two options of potential champions? Is the news real or fake? I'll let you guys decide. There's not a lot for me to kind of go on to kind of say yes it's fake or yes it's real, to kind of give a kind of a pure judgment. I mean, I'm not saying that Kabam have, you know, not created these. Maybe they're kind of working on something in particular. Maybe she's even going to be a specific boss that's going to be changed in a different way, the same way that we've got those kind of weird messed up ones which like Doc Cass, or was it Frank Strange, and those other kind of random ones that were created. So hey, everything's open to kind of be made up into something. I think that Kabam may be modelling some clay with and making something in particular, but I don't know if it is going to be a reskin. But it's hard to say what it's going to be. It's going to be like a negative Guillotine. I don't know what the kind of the lay of the land is with this. But anyway, up to your interpretation. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this. So thanks for watching this episode of MCC News. Also thanks to Richard Watterson for kind of sending me that link on Twitter. And yeah, discuss the stuff in the comments below, and follow those links, look at those things, give it your own kind of like thought, or kind of make sure you read them through first. And thanks very much for watching. Remember to put notifications on so you see MCC News when it pops up, as well as my other Marvel Contest of Champions related videos. And yeah, catch my social media links in the description, and I'll see you again for another video. Bye bye for now.